Hello, everybody, and welcome to 2021 NAMM Show. I wish I could have celebrated my 39th year at NAMM and my 39th year with the Tama Drum Company with all of you in person, but that obviously wasn't going to happen this year. However, I'm just as excited to be celebrating NAMM with all of you virtually right here from my studio, Uncommon Studios, LA. So we all agree that 2020 was a year to embrace adversity, right? When all my tours got postponed or canceled last year, I immediately looked at the situation as an opportunity to learn and grow by taking action, making adjustments, and adapting to this COVID situation. Now, Winston Churchill, one of my heroes, once said, "The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity, while the optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." I definitely relate to the latter. The optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. Now think about this. In the music business, not that long ago, we saw LPs get replaced by cassettes. Then we saw cassettes get replaced by CDs. And then everyone put their music on their iPods. It was like, what the heck's going on? And then finally, music was streamed, and then it became free. And now the biggest music platform on the planet is YouTube. That's crazy, right? Bam, bam, bam. I mean, everything changed so fast. Now, those were big changes in our industry, but we all adapted and made adjustments, just like we are doing right now. When I was living in Indiana many years ago, I had 2 sets of drums in LA, 2 sets in New York, 2 sets in Nashville, 1 set in Japan, and 1 set in Germany, and of course, many sets in Bloomington, Indiana. And people would fly me all over the world to make records and go on tours with them. I mean, there was just so many budgets to do this. But I saw things change in the music business about 15 years ago when music became free and record sales tanked. I started hearing about recording budgets getting smaller and smaller. So I immediately took action, making adjustments and adapting by 1, moving to LA, and 2, setting up my own recording studio. This not only made it possible for me to record drum tracks for artists or bands in person, or when they would send me session files, but having my own studio has made it affordable for artists and bands to have me record drums for them. Everybody wins. Now in 2020, even though there was no touring, I managed to continue doing sessions on a regular basis in my studio, and I even did an episode of Sammy Hagar's Rock and Roll Road Trip on Access TV, featuring my fun, badass guitarist Steve Lukather in my studio right here. I also made adjustments and then took action when all my corporate speaking events got postponed or canceled in 2020. I created a setup in my studio right here which makes it possible for me to deliver my speeches live and virtually. Cameras, lights, computers, iPads, TV monitors, drums, music, videos, decks with slides, etc., etc. I rehearsed, made calls, asked questions, invested in equipment, studied, practiced, and got better and better. The bottom line is I made it happen. I mean, think about it. It's like this. A math equation, 0 equals 0. If you do nothing, you get nothing. We have to take action and adapt and adjust to stay relevant at anything you're doing. No one is born successful, and I guarantee you success will not fall in your lap. Now, occasionally people get lucky, but continued success is not luck at all. So adapting and overcoming adversity by taking action has been critical to my continued success throughout my life and career. Now this year, 2021, is already rocking for me here in my studio. I've been doing sessions, and I started Joe Satriani's new record in my studio. I've already given a speech for a corporation, and I have more sessions and speeches booked. Anyway, I've been talking about taking action and adapting and adjusting, but I haven't said anything about what you can do. So let me share with you a few ideas that might inspire you. 1, while we're experiencing this pandemic, take the time to get better on your instrument. Learn new techniques. Practice every day. Study, improve, take online lessons, take online courses, etc., etc. I still believe being the best at whatever you do is still the most important key to you becoming successful. And when this pandemic is over, you want to be on top of the mountain, not climbing it or looking up at it. Now, here's a method I created that will help you become great at anything you do. It's called RPS. The repetition of any skill is the preparation for success. I mean, the concept is really simple. Repeat any exercise or something you want to be great at over and over and over again, and you will get better at it. It's that simple. It doesn't matter if it's sports, music, lifting weights, diet, relationships. You have to repeat something over and over and get better. We're not robots. Now, people ask me why I play Tama drums. My answer is always this. Besides Tama making great quality drums and hardware, the most important reason I have played their drums for 39 years is I love the sound of their drums, and this is the sound that represents Kenny Aronoff, live or in the studio. Loud, soft, rock, pop, funk, blues, jazz, Latin, or country, it doesn't matter. And the Tama drums has worked for me for all the artist bands, engineers, producers I have worked with both in live and recording situations. I also have signature snare drums that I am very, very pleased with because they work in every situation I'm in, live or in the studio. I used to bring as many as 100 snare drums to sessions when we had cartage. And now I only have to bring my signature snare drums plus a few other ones. Both live and in the studio, my 5-inch by 14-inch signature snare with a die-cast tube on the top and a triple flange on the bottom works in any situation 99% of the time. I have a saying that goes like this. I'll never be as good as I want to be, but I'm willing to spend the rest of my life trying to be as great as I can be. Now, this is like a running back in football. Like a running back, I'm always trying to score touchdowns, always trying to get in the end zone. I mean, running backs in the NFL spend their entire career trying to get into the end zone, play by play, game by game, from one season to the next. They are driven by purpose, passion, and desire and love for playing football. For me, playing the drums and being part of a team of musicians that records music and tours around the world is my passion, my deepest desire, and purpose in life. This is what I love doing every day of my life. Becoming successful at anything is difficult, but staying successful is even more difficult. You can't just set it and forget it. You have to continue to adapt, make adjustments, and take action to stay successful in life and in your career. You have to keep learning and growing and just keep improving.